Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media. Over 75,000 titles to choose from for your iPod, iPhone, or MP3 player.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you want.
Hey guys, it's the Wrestling Mayhem Show. It's June the 21st, it's the summer solstice, and here is a crew, the only crew you're going to find on the internet that is linked by the single fact that we all saw the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger movie in the theater.
Fuck yes, it's Morphin time.
It is Morphin time. Welcome to the Wrestling Mayhem Show. With us, little more local crew tonight, actually. Chachi's on the couch.
Yes.
Not much more local than that.
Hi, guys.
Okay. DJ Lunchbox.
What am I supposed to say?
Hey, what's
from the South Side, which is also known as
from the South Side,
which is also known as the Bronx of the Pittsburgh.
What?
The Bronx of is it?
I don't know what it is now.
No, we're a little bit cleaner. Whatever. What's up, hot dog? It's the elegant DJ Lunchbox coming to you live.
Yeah, elegant my ass.
Your podcast will admit.
Elegant my ass.
And coming from Johnstown, where it gets wet.
I am elegant, and I am subtle, and I am sexy.
He's not
now,
done.
don't push me, or I will show my nipples.
There he goes. Nipples. Nipples. Bobby's there. Bobby's still there, and he's still wet.
Sausage
Coming live from the floodplains of Johnstown.
And apparently over a ham radio from the sounds of things.
Yeah. Back from 1942.
Coming to you from the 40s, Bobby F. Jamestown.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Robert
and
Franklin Jamestown.
Riz, where'd you go, Riz?
I have no idea.
Oh, no.
You're an avatar, and you're getting all kinds of error messages. He's still Riz IUP. How you doing?
Doing good, even though I'm not, like, fully there yet.
Oh, there you go. You're coming back.
That's coming back.
You're coming back. Coming.
There
Hey!
he is.
Invisible
there
Riz.
it is. He made a mess on the curtains.
How you doing?
Oh, I probably just came on the couch.
What?
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 Kimberly has that effect.
What?
Are you still watching Power Rangers?
No, I shut it off so I could pay attention to the show.
I appreciate
I thought you
that.
would be proud.
I am kind of proud of you.
All right.
I am proud of you.
And I've watched 2 out of 3 wrestling shows this week. Notice I said 3 and not 4 because I refuse to count the 4th.
We're talking about TNA?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I did watch it, but we'll get all into that. But until then, this is, of course, the Wrestling Mayhem Show. You can find out more about it at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Please just hit us up on Twitter at Mayhem Show. And if you're watching the video, you see all of our Twitters below our names. You can also get a hold of us, contact us, yell at us, whatever, at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. You can also call us at 412-206-WMS0. That's 9670. Cough button.
Oh,
We don't have cough buttons.
Normally I cover the mic. That one snuck up on me.
Little bit. And well,
Who do we lose?
Riz.
Riz is gone.
Oh, no.
Riz and LB. I don't know what's happening here.
Oh, you suck.
Wait, is Skype not working?
No. Will's calling.
Wow.
Will's calling.
Yeah, he's calling on the other thing.
Will's calling.
Wow.
Will's-
Everything just
Will's
destructed
calling.
down here.
We want to use Skype, but we don't know how.
Maybe Dropbox is screwing up again. So
We should take this to the Skype papers.
that's right. That's right. I'll take it to the papers. It's just bouncing.
They
on
need to come out with a new movie so we can get a new line to
Yeah.
use.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Although, you know what?
The person whom you're trying to reach is
We
currently
got a voicemail for
unavailable.
Will.
She's a
Please
British
leave a
woman.
message after
Could
the
be on the
beep.
show.
Yeah.
She's a British woman.
Hi.
Hi.
Will. It's the Wrestling Mayhem Show. We're trying to get you back. We're still
Yes.
doing the intro to the show.
Hi, William. So, actually, we were kind of given a new line to use
We were?
yesterday.
What were we given?
You're gonna sit there and watch me do snow angels.
That's true. That's true.
And
What
that
the
was
fuck was that?
I don't know. We're doing Snow Angels.
yes. You're gonna sit there and you're gonna watch us do snow angels.
You got it. I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to watch the Snow Angels.
Was that not the greatest line they've ever used in a while on Raw?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Let's CM Punk.
I know.
That's why.
And it was
Wait, which line I cut out? What happened?
This No Angels.
Did you watch?
Oh yeah,
Yes. It was amazing.
CM Punk's he's
All
a
right.
magical man.
So let's move on from there. Again, oh yeah, there's the iPhone app, of course, WMS Gold on your Android market, Amazon market, or iPhone on iTunes and all that stuff. So go check that out. Support the show. There's exclusive stuff there, especially a lot of talk about Power Rangers today. So
Hey.
if you want to
Power
reminisce
Angels?
with us,
Power Angels.
Power Angels. So we just combined the two topics.
Wow.
Power Angels. I think we just got a show title.
Power
Somebody write that down.
Power Angels. Listen, guys, if you have a minute, and I'd like to speak to you, and as well as our listeners out there,
Sure,
if you have a
William.
minute where I could talk to you about Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Um,
I didn't think it was that kind of show, but okay.
No, I don't.
All right, that's good.
Can you come back later?
No, it's fine.
Are you sure?
Power Rangers will save your soul.
Well, let's get right into it. We love hearing from you guys, and let's do that.
Okay.
Sadly, I did not see any comments from YouTube for Wrestling Mayhem show this week. So please comment. Go look up Wrestling Mayhem show and comment on that stuff, especially the fine threads you'll find on the WWE versus TNA videos that we did back in 2007. My God. But we do have some other
Mail?
Other meals. We have
Meals.
other
Yes.
meals.
Mail. To the WMS Nation, I can't believe my own two eyes when I saw a few things happen at Capital Punishment.
Wait, what are you reading? Who is this?
Pierre Calais.
All right.
All right. Let me and the WMS Nation be the judge of yourself. Wait, I think I read that wrong. Number 1, Kofi Kingston getting passed out. It seemed that Mr. Ziggles, we can make him a doctor, that's fine.
Dr.
wanted
Jiggle.
wanted Kofi to keep the Chief J Strongbow sleeper intact. The bell seemed to have rang, and the referee knew that Mr. Ziggles won the match and declared U.S. champion. Why did Mr. Ziggles deserve to do it? What? So, I thought it was a good match.
What the fuck?
We just lost Bobby F. J. Town.
Oh no.
I don't know what's going on.
Wow. The show is falling to pieces. William, I blame you.
It's not my fault. I'm not driving my cock into the internet.
Damn it, William, stop fucking the tubes.
I am not filleting Sorg's router, Chachi. Unlike some people, Chachi.
It's juicy.
What? Did you say it paid you?
No, I said it's juicy.
Yeah, suck that router.
All right, we're gonna attempt to continue the show. No, I thought it was a good match there with Kofi and Ziggles.
There's only one match during the pay-per-view that I didn't like,
What's that?
and that was Big Show and Alberto.
Yeah, it wasn't really a match.
No, it was
Yeah.
terrible.
No, absolutely not.
Bad.
So we just lost. We got Bobby back
Get
and lost.
returned from the dead!
Can we lose William again?
Yes.
No, I'm here.
Oh.
I'm back.
Oh no! Wait, I just hung up on him. Oh my God, this is so horrible.
What's going on?
Holy shit. Dropping like flies.
I don't know what's going
Wow.
on anymore.
I don't know.
All right. That's yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
See, the thing is, we haven't had any major technical difficulties for a few weeks.
That's true.
So here we
Yeah.
go. Here we go. All right.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna leave it with you guys. I don't know.
Okay.
Riz is restarting, and he should be back. So, anyways, where
Riz,
were we?
we need you. I need you.
I'll move
Here,
on.
Kelly's-
Number 2.
We don't know how.
Big Shoe not continuing with a run-in from Alberto Del Nono. Sexual chocolate.
No,
Mark
no.
Henry obliterated the world's largest athlete, and Big Show's knee from the run-in a few weeks ago became severe yet again. If Sexual Chocolate stayed in the hospital, then we would have seen Big Show win it. Yeah, that was really complicated for what I thought it was no DQ. I was asking you earlier.
Yeah, no.
But apparently it was all before match.
Yeah, the match never started.
That is weird.
And
That
it was
gross.
dumb.
R-Truth's title picture up in Smoke. He can call the audience Little Jimmy Neutrons and Little Jenny McCarthy's. But guess who derailed the title chance? None other than Super Cena. His current T-shirt look since WrestleMania 27 kept Capital Punishment alive and retained the spinner belt. What the hell?
I don't know.
Now, hey, at least his punctuation's a lot better this week. Now about the Truth Super Cena
In
match.
that there is
I
some.
think this could be the only time Truthy gets involved in a title match appearance for a main eventing. Now we get CM Punk picking a fight with Super Cena once again, and last night on Raw, the Money in Bank announced he will be his last time he'll wrestle for Vince's company. So why do you do not want to let CM Punk win the title and retire after the pay-per-view? Let me know what you think. See you later, guys. I think it's a pretty cool concept going into it, considering he is supposed to be actually leaving. So I don't think he's going to win it and walk off, though, unless they really want to mix things up.
Wants
Like
to put
I think
Wonder
he's
Blaze.
gonna. They did this arc story thing back in 2005 in Ring of Honor when he originally went to WWE.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they did the whole season of Punk, and he won the title, and he actually signed his WWE contract on top of the Ring of Honor belt. It was pretty awesome.
That could be interesting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he did pitch something like that, and WWE's going to go with it. Who knows? Either way, we're going to see probably the best match I've seen in a while with this guy, and it's going to be great. It's going to be fun getting to the pay-per-view with Punk.
He's going to throw in a Lunger Blaze and throw it in the trash can.
A Lunger Blaze.
I don't know about that. Yeah,
Mad
that's
USA.
the other thing. That's the other thing you worry about WWE, and actually a good point was brought up talking with Chachi here earlier, about what if he went back to Ring of Honor since they just started up this big TV deal and they actually have some financial backing with Sinclair.
Right.
No, Sin Cara's in WWE.
No, Sinclair. No, the guys.
Ring of Honor.
No, the guys that bought Ring of Honor, Sinclair.
Sin Cara bought Ring of Honor? Are you shitting me? How much is WWE paying him?
El Bruce Wayne.
El Bruce Wayne.
Anyways, we got a little bit more email. This one, hey Riz, you want to send your own email?
No.
I got
No.
one.
All right,
I got one
voice
right in
of-
front
Why
of
do
me.
you think I have Chachi do it?
Wow.
That's right, voice of Riz. Tell
Shut your mouth.
us what Riz thinks.
WMS.
Yes.
In honor of WWE's Power to the People, I'm going to give the people of the Wrestling Mayhem Show complete control of my email. So, what will I talk about this week?
Plastic bags.
A?
Or paper bags.
A, where Matt Hardy was to be late for multiple impacts. B, how this picture compares to the Miz girl. C, is this question is false? Riz, you suck. So what do you guys say? What do you guys say?
What do you say?
What do you guys say? A, B, or C?
I'm waiting.
B.
Mike? Sorg?
I'm going with C.
C?
It's like a choose
Bobby?
your adventure book.
I go
It's
with
great.
B because I like that. I think
I guess
know
we
what he's
should
talking
see the
about.
picture for B.
I'm gonna go with A.
Because you're reading the damn email, Chachi.
I know.
And you just want to be right.
Oh.
I know.
That's
Oh,
kinda-
it's-
Did
yeah.
everybody just vote something different?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I recorded that and
Yeah, that's
watched
what
it
he
like
did.
Yes.
5 times.
All right,
on
go
the
ahead. Back to the point of the email.
Fuck you! I say A is the winner. No, that's what it says. Matt Hardy was late because he got stuck behind 2 lines at McDonald's. He got food from both of the lines. They were really just long. He got 4 large french fries, extra salt, 18 Big Macs, and 50 large shakes from both places. Then he went back home, put them all in a blender, mixed it with 5 sticks of butter and 2 gigantic scoops of lard before taking all of Jeff Hardy's used syringes, filling those syringes with the mixture that he just made before, streamlining that into his blood system. Or he was too fat to fit through the impact zone doorway. Until next time, I suggest you watch me do Snow Angels until Tuesday. Riz.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
It's
Thanks,
called
Riz.
reverse liposuction.
LB, you said
Yes,
you
sir.
got another one.
I do have another one. Greetings, Mayhemers. It's that guy who will watch wrestling forever until my eyes flicker and will paper New York City with a bunch of Mayhem stickers. It's Mad Goddamn Mike. So, before I get into wrestling, I want to curse out, surprise, WrestleFan for being a big spoilery D-bag last night. I was out at a minor league baseball game with my dad for Father's Day and settled in to watch some Raw. Even turned off Twitter so I wouldn't hear any spoilers. But as soon as I check in to get glue, I'm starting Raw. Waffle Boy spoils the Punk bit for me. Thanks, ass bag. All I have to say is, you got no room to complain, all right? 2009, Royal Rumble, Edge.
He's still mad about it.
Still mad about it.
Still
That's
mad
right.
about it.
Anyway, on to wrestling. To give credit where credit is due, there are actually quite a few things on TNA that I like this week. The Aries, Cash, and Rave match was fantastic, and I hope TNA was listening because what they heard during that match was an actual fan reaction.
Mm-hmm.
It's been absent for a while. And this week's winner, who is a friend of the show, won't spoil here because I think we should encourage everyone to actually watch Impact this week, is awesome. I like the Velvet storyline. How all these non-conventional women wrestlers are attacking her because she's hot, but I wish she was the champion for this bit so it would make more sense. Also, I enjoy her feud with ODB because it makes Velvet grab her own boobs a lot. The Jarrett Angle brawl at the end of the show was a really good brawl, although if that's really the end of the feud, they sure hosed anyone who bought the last 4 pay-per-views. Also, Eric Young continues to be fantastic. Everyone needs to seek out his backstage stuff. Backstage match with a television star. Simply amazing stuff.
That was good.
The only... well, that's my spot. I lost it.
Sorry.
I lost it. Shit.
The only things
Shit. The only things I didn't really like about Impact were important have to do with Immortal. Isn't Gunner supposed to be a heel? Who didn't even know... What the hell? Sorry. Gunner... Isn't Gunner supposed to be a heel who didn't even know what his championship looked like a month ago? Now he's beating the TNA champ? Also, this Sting character, whatever it is so fucked up that Sting doesn't even know his own motivation anymore. He was supposed to bring back the main event Mafia, then he was supposed to feud with Jeff Hardy, then he was supposed to align with Mick Foley, now he's painting Hogan's face when it was Bischoff who cost him the championship. Sting, you should have jobbed the Taker.
Ooh.
This is long.
Yes.
I didn't want to put this in the TNA section, but this road to Bound for Glory is fucking stupid. Do you mean to tell me that none of the men involved in this tournament will be involved in the TNA Championship until Bound for Glory? That's a real waste of good talent. Also, if these points accumulate at house shows as well, then you need to show us a digital scoreboard real quick, TNA. Also, you need to have everyone wrestle an equal amount of times so they all have a chance to earn points. But then again, I'm using logic.
Just a aside, I actually watched TNA too. Give it another chance because of the stuff I heard about the Destination X. So I figure it's time for another reboot on my take. And I agree. I think Chachi was telling me it was a good show. I mean, it was WrestleFan, and it was a decent show.
What?
Impact.
Well.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't have much wrong with it. I mean, this is like kind of what I wish TNA would be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not super stick out, but it's good. Maybe just because I haven't watched anything other than WWE for so long, other than a few indies and stuff. So, but I don't know. I approved of it. Go ahead.
Right. I haven't watched the pay-per-view yet, so I'll go right to Raw. Raw was a mixed bag of awkwardness. I heard WWE apologizing for the, quote, mistake in voting for Mason Ryan. I think that they saw the overwhelming numbers for Sin Cara and decided to audible and will put the match on Money in the Bank in order to maybe jack up buy rates. For the record, he's a friend of the show. Fuck, I forgot his name. Stay down.
SJK?
Do you know who I'm talking about, Sorg?
SJK?
SJK voted for Mason Ryan.
That's good.
Just for the record.
Okay. Okay.
I want to see Bourne and Cara. Kelly winning the Devious Championship was a cool moment for her and a nice audible since Karma needs to hold off on her angle. I like the Mark Henry angle with him going after the big men. It's a good way for him to stay out of the title picture. Punk's in-ring promos were stellar this week, and I really hope he wins at Money in the Bank only for the Raw winner to cash it in on him right afterwards, perhaps Morrison. Dolph and...
Dog.
Holy shit.
Come here, boy. Come here, boy.
No, Chachi, it's not in this place.
Oh.
Aw.
Shit.
Dolph and Kofi work really well together in the ring, but I hope Bourne is next in line for U.S. title feud. And the in-ring promo with Truth, Christian, and Miz was hilarious, although it seems like the three biggest heels are all sort of comedy characters, which is unfortunate. The finish for the main event was perfect, though, with Miz getting over on Riley and Christian getting over on Orton, especially how it looks like now Truth is done in the title scene for now. Well, that's in it for me. Sorry it's a book this week, but at least I used proper grammar. White Alchemist ending transmission.
I thought you said whiteout at the end.
Whiteout. Whiteout.
Yeah.
Let's wipe out.
And we'll touch base, I think, on a lot of that for Raw a little bit later, and Capital Punishment as well. So we do have a voicemail this week. Yeah, I think it's in the chat room too. So
Voicemail?
You can voicemail, yeah. So Bobby, forgive me. I don't know how well this is going to work on your end. So please bear with me for a second here since I loaded this on your computer.
Okay.
This is gonna be
From
bad.
the Big Freaky. Quick question.
Wrestle fan.
Wrestle
Looking
fan.
back to 2 weeks ago when you talked about how you didn't like Brian Kendrick's character. In fact, one segment you were into until you saw him use his character with the robe. What didn't you like about it? Is the character itself? Portraying the character, because
Alright, he breaks up here for a little bit. But he continues, and we just lost Riz again.
on both characters,
no.
Lando and Brian,
Yeah, but he knew it was coming this time.
there's a big business. There's a big reason to do that for business. How many, think about how many gays and, LGBTers and, their friends identify with Orlando Jordan and would tune in to see him, go pay tickets for a show to see him. Same thing. What? Last I heard, 5 million people a night listen to Coast AM, which covers a lot of the topics that Brian Kendrick talks about on TNA. I mean, my gosh, you'd be opening yourself up to a whole new market.
Alright, that's basically the gist of it. I forget, what was the thing with Brian Kendrick that WrestleFan was bashing on?
I don't remember.
Does anybody recall that part?
I don't remember either.
I don't know what's happening. I think I
It wasn't that
never
important.
really fully understand what Freaky's talking about.
But
I'm not knocking him. I really am trying to follow. I just can't.
yeah, what's still, he's coming back to Orlando Jordan, the Q community and everything. I don't know.
Q.
Yeah, Q. They added another letter.
NKOTB.
Yeah.
SB.
I'm trying to follow this, and one of my clients deals with this. So,
B2B.
What?
Nothing.
I think it's questionable.
What?
Curious. No, that's a C.
That's
Anyways, whatever.
Curiosity.
I'm not gonna break that down. It's not a thing.
crunchy.
But I don't know. The friends of ours that are gay that we've talked to before always seem kind of apprehensive about how gays are foreseen in wrestling, and there are those that are probably more into something like Orlando Jordan, but I don't know. I don't think that's your general populace of homosexuals out there.
I agree, but there is a place for that. I mean, look at Orlando Jordan does some weird shit, does some crazy shit.
Mhm.
You ever been to a drag show?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
So I mean, really, do you think they're calling? Yeah, you think they're trying to attract drag queens into wrestling?
I don't think they're smart enough to be like, we're going to attract gay people, but just this one particular section of gay people. I think they're just like, gay, go. You know what I mean?
I think they're more doing it to get a rise out of the generally straight, which is, the majority, is straight white people, and guys. That's what you're gonna get a rise out of by betraying somebody like Orlando Jordan. Even if it is really how he is or whatnot, but he's being perceived that way to get the rise out of people and get the reaction. I really
want to go see that, that it's a gay and lesbian wrestling federation here in Pennselsvania.
Oh, really?
I would really like to go see that, but I don't know where it is.
That's why Billy and Chuck were such good heels. Because the fan base isn't really into gay and lesbian actions like that.
Yeah.
Well,
So
they're into lesbian actions.
Oh,
Yeah,
lesbian,
HLA
yes.
was proof of that.
Yeah.
HLA,
But
yeah.
still.
Yeah, I think it is more. I really don't see somebody like WWE or TNA being sensitive enough to reach out to that with a proper represented homosexual character. I just really don't see them doing it. It's unfortunate, but look how they treat women. So if they're not even doing that with that, they're not going to go that direction either. Hell, racism's still around in professional wrestling.
Who did William Regal kiss? I'm trying to remember.
There's a lot of people, wasn't it?
Oh, who did he kiss?
No, he kissed somebody one night.
That was recent.
I can't remember who it was, though.
That was recent, too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was recent.
Huh.
I don't know.
No idea.
Who cares?
Yeah,
he did kiss somebody there. I remember
what Mike
that.
says. I think I agree with that. I think Orlando Jordan is shock value just for the sake of shock value. I mean, like Billy and Chuck, we kind of got into Billy and Chuck because the innuendo was hilarious, right? I mean, it wasn't just, oh, he's gay, we should hate him because that's
what we do.
Because that
I kind of got into Billy and Chuck because, well, different reasons, but.
But, and I think that's why it worked so well, because there was a lot of subtleties to it. They didn't say outright that until the whole wedding thing, and it turned into what it turned into. So,
yeah, Mad Mike has a good point about Goldust. He used shocking things to distract opponents. Do you remember when he was the artist formerly known as Goldust, and he had the ball gag?
Yeah, he was doing all kinds. He wasn't wearing
and he got electrocuted and had Tourette's.
Leotards and stuff like that. But yeah,
the electrocution Tourette's thing was the best, though.
Yeah, like Freaky's saying in the chat room, he did it to get into Rob Terry's head. Yeah, it was more the mind games thing, I think, more than anything. Again, I know the guy's supposed to be legitimately gay and everything, but I really think that's more. I mean, it's not like he's playing generally a face character,
Wait, are you talking about Orlando Jordan or
Jordan?
Goldust?
Well, both actually.
Goldust is straight.
What's that?
Goldust is straight.
Yes, he is. Yeah, but. We're talking about Orlando Jordan, but so yeah. So I think that's all the fan submitted stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay. We got an interview. Well, let's do the Indie Minute. Riz, you got to check out the Super Indie 10 this weekend.
Are you doing the interview after that?
Yes.
Okay.
We're got Super Indie 10 this past weekend. Can't hit us with your thoughts on how that show went from the stands.
It was one of the best shows I've been to in a while. Mm-hmm. I mean, I haven't been to Court Time in a long time, but it was really good. I got, as you can hear by my voice, I'm a little raspy today. I'm getting my voice back, but Egotistico Fantastico won the Super Indie title over two other masked guys, and Super Hentai. Friend of the show, and El Generico. They all had a great match. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was pretty good. And Chuck Roberts, another friend of the show, lost his match against Chest Flexor, mm-hmm. who was a replacement for Bubba the Bulldog. And when he had to sign his papers over to bring it to Bubba the Bulldog, Chuck Roberts said that the company was not his anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And he brought out, we just mentioned him a while ago, mm-hmm. SJK came back.
Sterling
Hot
James
damn.
Oh yeah. Now owner of IWC in the story.
Wow, that's some shit.
So
but yeah, overall this was one of the better put together shows I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
It was from top to bottom, it was great. And David Artemera got a nice little belly to belly superplex off the top rope.
Mm-hmm.
And nearly died.
Yeah, it was a really great show. I mean, we had a lot of Kings of Wrestling were on the show against Dennis Gregory and Jimmy Vegas. We had Adam Cole, which is fast becoming one of my favorite wrestlers at ROH.
Adam Cole,
right? Yeah, people were getting into him. The first time I seen him was Road to Super Indie, and I could tell that this is a guy that was doing good. He's only 21.
Wow, I feel old.
And there's that. But I mean, he just seems so together as far as a wrestler goes. I was talking with Dabrowski afterwards about it. Of course, Colt Cabana came back for a match with Super Hentai. It was good matches with Michael Facade. The one with Facade and Ego Fantastico was insane. I thought he died out in the out in the seats. So a really good show. Go check it out, iwcwrestling.com. They'll have the DVD up there shortly. And good to see friend of the show, Sterling James Keenan, back with the IWC. So now, Bobby, you told me you have a real short AON report.
Yeah, I'll go pretty quick here. It was a really big weekend in AON this week. They started Thunder Cup. They had round 1 matches Friday night in Johnstown. James Ford beat the original Florida Thug. Psycho Fusion beat Coma Clayton, but Psycho Fusion got hurt, so he may have to miss the rest of the tournament. NJ Syndicate and John McGraw beat NJ Syndicate. Black Lightning with his new manager rapper Verbal Quick beat Jeremy Hassel. Sherrod Hall beat Shane Malice. Randall Fairway came back and announced that he's going to be in the Thunder Rumble so he can get a shot at the title at Thunder Cup. And Justin Starr beat Zach Rain and C4 to retain the AON Championship. And then Saturday night in Altoona, Marcus Cage beat Bam Bam Hassel in an upset win. I'll skip the tag match. Zach Rain beat Ryan Fear, but Manchild was at ringside with Ryan Fear and had a giant ice cream cone.
Manchild.
Giant ice cream cone.
We all pop for Manchild.
Oh, yeah.
Adam Nostikov
we got to get that
beat,
motherfucker on the show.
Yes, we do.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
What were we going to say?
We said we got to get Manchild on the show.
Yeah. Adam Nostikov beat AC Norway by pushing him with his finger and pinning him.
Wait, the finger poke of doom?
Yeah, that's what they called it on the show. The heart punch from Batman the Animated Series.
Oh, jeez.
C4, this is the best match of the tournament so far. C4 versus Manchild. They put a trail of candy down leading to the ring for Manchild, and he was distracted by it. He ate too much candy during the match and got sick at ringside.
Oh, man.
But he was distracted so much by the candy, every move that C4 tried to hit, he would duck down to pick up his bag of candy and C4 would miss. But C4 ended up winning the match. And the big news from the show, Justin Starr versus Colin Blair for the AON Heavyweight Championship. Justin Starr was injured the night before, but he still went on to face Colin Blair. Colin Blair picked up the victory and became the new AON Heavyweight Champion. However, Kes Edison come out and used his 2% ownership decision that he had and that he won against AC Norway. And he decided to put Shane Malice in a match with Colin Blair for the AON Championship, hit Count Yo Teeth, and hit the pinfall on Colin Blair to become the new heavyweight champion.
Awesome.
And then after the match is when Emily Carmichael turned on her Uncle Kes, and Kes was chloroformed and drugged to the back and was kidnapped by the cartel. So we have another kidnapping.
As I pull up, a guy in a mask on a leash at AON. Well, this is the weirdest. We gotta get out there one time.
I fucking love AON, and I've never seen it.
Or Psychotic Assassins right there.
There you
Psycho
go.
Fusion.
Tremendous.
There's Ryan Spear.
Is that all that's happening at AON right now?
The big thing this week is Thunder Cup is taking place on Friday at 1:00 and on Saturday, 2 shows at 1:00 and at 6:00.
Awesome. And
they're going to have a Thunder Rumble on Friday, I think. Should be a good weekend for AON. Lots of bikers around, which should be scary.
Oh, man.
Should be fun.
I would love I always love the old, Hog Wild, Road Wild WCW stuff.
That's what it's going to be like.
I would love to see something like that. So, excellent. Thanks a lot. You can check out more at aonwrestling.com. So, anything else, Indy, that people want to get out there? and no.
Nope.
I know locally.
Chachi can come back from watching.
I know locally,
Power
more
Rangers.
locally. I know there's some big shows happening up in Cleveland and another one up in Michigan for ChikaraPro.com, and of course the one in Cleveland, AIW. Absolutely Intense Wrestling, AIWrestling.com is going to have a back-to-back show with Chikara up there Sunday night. I'm not sure if I'm making it up there for that just yet, but we'll find out. If I do, I'll have plenty to say about it and plenty of tweets. So stay tuned for that. Now it's time for our interview. I had the opportunity to speak with earlier today Chad, the director of Memphis Heat, a documentary about the Memphis wrestling scene. So here's a trailer, and after that, the interview. We'll be right back.
Hello again, everybody. Lance Russell, the Memphis Mid-South Coliseum, where once again more than 10,000 people are gathered to witness all of the bouts, and especially this big main event of the evening.
And this Monday night in Memphis, Daddy, when I get a hold of you, I'm going to take you and bury your head right in the mat, brother.
I think we were just at the right place at the right time. Kind of like rock and roll music. Elvis was from here, Jerry Lee Lewis came here, Johnny Cash had all evolved here, and then they went off to other places.
What's known as the Memphis style is fire and action. You know, just wild street fight.
These guys want to come out punching you. Well, you got to reciprocate, you know.
All right, guys, we're back. That was a trailer for Memphis Heat, and with us right now, the director of said documentary, Chad. How you doing today?
I'm great, Mike. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate your support of Memphis Heat.
Thanks. And for people, you know, they've just seen the trailer. Tell them, what all does Memphis Heat kind of encompass?
Memphis Heat tells the story of wrestling in the Memphis region and territory, starting in the 50s, going all the way into the kind of 80s and 90s. And so we really kind of encompass the history of wrestling in this region. And really territorial wrestling for the Nashville territory.
Excellent. Now I know you've been kind of a hard guy to track down for me. I mean, how have things been going? You've been pretty busy. I mean, you're already showing it in theaters in the area.
We are. We've been really lucky. We've had some great support by some regional theaters. We are currently in Nashville's Belcourt Theater through the end of the week. Had a big weekend, did a little Q&A over there on Friday, and had a great turnout. A lot of big fans. Lynn Rossi came out to do some Q&A with people. We had some of Sputnik Monroe's family there, his granddaughter and her children, and it was a lot of fun. It was a great crowd, good time.
Excellent. Now, I guess the question is, you know, being a director, you're being, you know, you got involved with a lot of wrestling history with this. What's your history with wrestling? How did you get into it? Are you a longtime fan?
You know, I grew up with it because I think anybody from Memphis, it was the only thing on Saturday mornings. You had to watch it. So, you know, we all grew up watching wrestling, you know, throughout our childhood. You know, I lost touch with it a little bit as far as when I got, you know, a little older, college age and stuff. But, you know, doing the documentaries got me way back into it. So.
Awesome. Now, you had to pour through a lot of footage for this, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, hundreds of hours of actual wrestling footage. We did over 40 hours of interviews with different wrestlers, some fan stuff, a lot on the cutting room floor. But it'll make for great DVD extras.
Excellent. Was there, you know, of course, you know, growing up with it, you know, you of course probably saw a lot of this firsthand. Was there anything that really kind of stuck out that you didn't expect, or stories you didn't know that you were telling?
You know, I think one of the things that I found most interesting about the subject, and that, you know, I certainly completely was oblivious to as a child and growing up with it, was the behind the scenes, the promotional side, you know, what these guys did on the day in and day out basis, as well as their innovation. You know, the guys in Memphis were way ahead of the curve with the use of media to promote themselves. I mean, it was the only live wrestling TV show in the country. So it was a really big deal at the time. And, they used that live show in Memphis on Saturday mornings to promote the entire territory. So they would shoot an episode of the show, and then they would make dubs and send it out to Nashville and Evansville and Lexington and Tupelo. And they'd show it on those local stations to promote that week's match. So it's pretty, you know, ahead of its time. And I think was a huge influence on what wrestling has become.
So, I mean, this is, for a lot of people, a lot of people are watching WWE, TNA, whatever these days. Maybe they're, for me, my fondest memory is, WWE Blue Cage, in the 80s, right? So, this is the precursor to the cableified nationalization of wrestling. It's really kind of a lost history, a lot of people. And it sounds like it really epitomizes the territories that we always hear them talk about when we start hearing like a documentary of Ric Flair or whatnot on WWE television. So a lot of this really kind of lends to what became WWE, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And, so many of the stars of the WWE actually came through Memphis. There's a point where they even did some cross promotion when the WWE had already become big. McMahon was doing his shows, his pay-per-view stuff, and he would do cross promotion things to get like Macho Man Randy Savage down in Memphis wrestling Jerry Lawler. So they actually, they were somewhat friendly to each other for a good while there, before they all got bought.
Yeah, and what's the scene like there? Is there still Memphis wrestling on television, or is it just basically everybody watches WWE now since Jerry Lawler's over there?
Yeah, pretty much everybody watches WWE. There's a lot. I know that Lawler is actually trying to kind of reboot the TV show, and I don't know where that is exactly, but I think he has some plans to actually get back on local television in the next month or so. I don't know the exact details of that, which will be kind of fun. And it'll be, I think he's kind of planning on playing off the nostalgia of what wrestling used to be and how great it was. There's also some kind of interesting little, small venue stuff. Nightmare Ken Wayne is over in West Memphis and has a little wrestling camp and does, I think it is a weekly show over there. I'm not 100% sure on that. But so there's a little bit of the kind of local wrestling, but really, I would say people overall are just watching the WWE.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one thing I noticed looking at this trailer, we talk about the TV PG WWE, even though it seems to be getting a little bit away from that now over the last few years. And TNA, these look like pretty rough matches from the highlights we see in the trailer. Did Memphis? Are Tennesseans really this barbaric?
I will say they love blood.
Oh yeah,
there's no doubt. That was one of the biggest draws, even as a kid. Man, it was like for me, like one of my favorite people to watch was the Moondogs.
Yeah,
because inevitably it was a bloody match every time. I mean, even on the Channel 5 show, which they tried to keep a little cleaner.
Yeah,
there would still be a lot of blood, and so it was always a big draw for the region, I think.
The thing that also astonishes me when I see like this in old NWA, AWA, whatever, is there's such a contrast because a lot of them we see in like the little television studio, of course, where obviously they're doing their weekly show. And then we see these like giant baseball fields sold out, and we compare that to like, WrestleMania and everything these days where we only see that maybe once a year and then it's a big place. But it seemed like this happened a lot in the South.
It did. Well, I mean, gosh, the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, which I think held about 13,000 somewhere in there, it sold out, they sold out like 8 or 10 consecutive weeks, especially their heyday. That place would be filled up every Monday night. I mean, you literally could not buy a ticket. Mm-hmm. People are scalping tickets. It's like going to see Led Zeppelin. It was a big deal. And people were, enthusiastic about their wrestling for sure.
I see police escorts. I see like almost riotous looking situations in some of these. It's insane. And a lot of times when I watch these matches, all I see is a little rope at the side. They didn't have barriers back then. They didn't have the big screens for the people up in the nosebleeds. They really were the nosebleeds for this. They were ants, and that's all you got, it looks like.
Absolutely. And it's crazy, too, when you talk to the wrestlers about just the mob scene kind of mentality there. I mean, these guys are dead serious when they say the bad guys, especially the heels, when they would try to leave, I mean, people would be throwing stuff at their car. They'd have broken windows. I mean, people were really over the top about it and really kind of believed what was going on. So, it was pretty amazing, very intense.
I seem to recall a story. I want to say it was Hulk Hogan back when he was heel, which I'm sure was probably around in this region. I think he had his car flipped one time.
Yeah, I totally believe it. I mean, I know Handsome Jimmy said it on more than one occasion. He came out with all his tires cut, all his windows broken out.
Yeah. There's worried about people have gotten stabbed leaving the ring. It's incredible, and this is that era, you know, especially the Kaufman stuff. People seem to buy into, especially with, you know, everybody knows about the big slap on David Letterman, and looks like you got a little bit of that in here. Yeah,
we did. We really wanted to show more than we were able to, but you know, we have our limitations.
Tremendous. So, what's next for you guys? Of course, you've been showing, of course, in the area. Are you looking to expand out? What's happening? Are the rest of us going to be able to get it on DVD? Hey, maybe Netflix, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. We're kind of looking into all of that. Right now, we're kind of hoping to get it out into some more of the theaters and grow that way. And then also, of course, we're getting ready for a DVD, which I think at the latest will come out this fall with well over 2 hours of bonus features of interviews and outtakes and studio wrestling highlights, all sorts of great stuff. So it'll be a pretty amazing DVD. But we want people to get the theatrical experience if we can get it out there, because it plays really well on a big screen. It's a lot of fun to see these guys and some of these highlights and some of these matches on a big screen. It's a great experience.
If people are interested in telling their local independent house about it, where can they direct the promoters to?
Send them to Memphis Heat on Facebook. So, you know, log into Facebook, go friend us on Memphis Heat, like us, and you know, tell your theaters about it. And we'll be tracking down theaters. You show us some interest, and we'll try to get in touch with your theater and see if we can't get in there.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for joining. We're hoping maybe one day they'll get out here in the Pittsburgh area or some of the other areas where our fans are.
We would love that. We'd love that.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mike.
All righty. And I have audio, and I'm actually going to test this video before I let you go.
Nerd to the club, and you know how we do. Handful of cash and a couple of brews. So many women, so little time. Gotta find it.
I saw X-Men First Class and Pirates of the Caribbean Stranger Tides. And because I can't play, Team Shireman, a.k.a. Jim, decided to...
Leading the way, that's where he's at.
I want to know why Yo Gabba Gabba came up in your recommended watching list. Is hesitant in asking Kimberly to the dance, even though he knows she'll say yes. Because it's Kimberly.
Thought that was going to be the AON highlights there for a second.
So I said I'ma crush it. Call me the golden boy.
I'm Anthony Walker, and this is Unsung, the nonprofit news magazine show that features news and events from our nonprofit community and also the good things that you do. You can also check out previous episodes and our Unsung Uncut series on pittsburghonvideo.org. You should make sure that your home country can say the name of your system.
Did you guys know that Netflix sucks?
What?
Did you Bing get rich slowly?
Bing get rich slowly.
No. You can check us out at awesomecast.com.
What's up, hot dog? We are back. This is DJ Lunchbox. I'm coming to you live from the South Side, and I am bringing the sweetness into your grubby little ear holes.
Ear hole.
Ear hole. That's right, folks. This is the Wrestling Mayhem Show. We are back, and we're going to kick things off properly. We're going to kick things off with a little segment we like to call, Hey, remember when? Sorgatron, take us down. Take us on a trip down memory lane.
Let me take you on the semi-truck down memory laneville. You'll remember back in the day when the cage was blue?
Yes.
Yeah. Remember the days when you saw the big blue cage and you could see through it? It wasn't that mesh stuff like they have now or they had back in the day. I believe they did it first for King Kong Bundy because he was too big to climb over the cage. But my fondest memory, my earliest memory in wrestling is that match, that Saturday night's main event, Paul Orndorff versus Hulk Hogan. When they both were going out, racing over the top of the cage on either side. There are two referees outside. They both landed at the same time. They did the split screen and saw that they landed at the same time, and they had to restart the match. Those were the days.
You know, speaking of the big blue cage, one of the first... Hold on. Sorry, go ahead.
Hold the show?
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Stop the show.
I want to know what speaking of the big blue cage.
Oh, nothing. I misread it. Sorry.
I always had like a vision of.
I just ordered a belt buckle.
Okay, Riz.
I always had a vision of a Hell in a Cell match with the cage, big blue cages on each side and the top.
Wow,
that'd be cool.
That would take up a lot of space.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that would be too bad. Well, what if they did an elimination chamber that way?
Punjabi prison match.
That's its own. That's its own bag of worms right there. Fantastic.
One of the
worms.
One of the first matches that I ever watched was Bret Hart and Tatanka.
Yeah, I was just thinking of Tatanka in the cage.
In one of those big blue cages.
Really? Bret Hart and Tatanka? That doesn't...
Yeah, it was on Saturday Night Main Event, right?
Yeah.
Really?
I remember that.
Oh, Tatanka. What happened to you?
Yeah, you had a comeback for a little bit there. That wasn't bad for a paycheck. You ever notice also, like, it was always during those matches when Rick Rude would show his ass.
Yes.
Yeah, because he'd poke it through the cage.
No, more I'm thinking the Ultimate Warrior would grab his tights and, like, try to pull him down.
And then he'd poke it through the cage.
That's the planet he was talking about when he always gave his promo and said about the planets and the moon.
Definitely. Well, guys, there was a pay-per-view this weekend.
Yes, there was.
Sure was.
Ding! In Your House Capital Punishment happened, and it was pretty damn good. You know, I was actually sitting there during Capital Punishment, and I'm like, and I wasn't around for the In Your Houses. You know, I didn't watch WWE for the In Your Houses and everything. So I looked it up. There's a lot of damn In Your Houses.
Yes.
Yeah, they did it for like 4 years.
I know.
It was
No
crazy.
Way Out.
No Way Out started as one of those. There was the one where there was the power outage. They had to redo the pay-per-view two days later. Amazing.
Taboo Tuesday.
It wasn't in Your House.
No, it wasn't.
No, but it was. It might as well have been. So, okay, Capital Punishment, which by and large was a pretty damn good show.
Yep.
So
all but one match.
Chachi, you liked all but one match we talked
All
about
but
before.
one match.
Even your bonus special match.
Yep, I like that too.
Of Jack Swagger and Evan Bourne that got thrown in there.
Yeah.
Jake Yeager.
Speaking of Evan Bourne, and I brought this up last night on Twitter, but they're always pushing how Sin Cara's entrance to the ring is amazing.
Yeah.
They never bring up how amazing Evan Bourne's entrance to the ring is.
What are you talking about?
Well, okay, so Sin Cara does this thing where he runs down the ramp and does a flat-footed jump over the top rope and, like, somersaults into the ring.
Off the trampoline.
Off a trampoline.
Yeah, off a trampoline. Evan Bourne does this thing where he comes down the ramp and he leaps and kind of slides knees first under the bottom rope.
You know what, though?
That takes much more skill than jumping on a trampoline.
Have you noticed that John Cena does about the same thing, though?
Right, he does.
Yeah, which I like, and I noticed that the last two nights, you know, at the pay-per-view and last night, because they pull out that wide shot, and you see him run down the ramp and slide in, and you're like, this guy just went feet first.
Yeah.
So the guy is jumping, going through the bottom rope, sliding halfway across the damn ring.
Right.
What if he misses?
Exactly.
He could blow a wheel on his entrance. Look what happened to Vince McMahon at the Royal Rumble.
But I mean,
remember that one time when Melina fell?
Oh yeah.
She was doing her split thing, and yeah.
But I mean, that takes a lot more talent than jumping on a trampoline and somersaulting over the top rope into the ring.
Coordination. I mean, they've gone it long enough. They know they have that presence of that height.
It's not easy.
Like no, it's still not easy by any means. No.
No, I mean, all it takes is Evan Bourne to lift a body part at the wrong time, and he's fucked.
Nobody does that.
I just want to see Evan Bourne versus Justin Gabriel. We never have gotten that match yet.
I could get behind that.
That's what I want to see.
I could get behind Evan Bourne wrestling just about everyone.
Yeah.
Except for, and we'll get there. But back to the pay-per-view.
The pay-per-view, yeah.
Cliffhanger.
Really good matches. We had 2 title changes, the Intercontinental and the U.S. title.
Yes.
We talked a little bit about Kofi and Ziggler earlier, which ended in a pass-out, really.
Yeah.
We had 2 weird finishes. I
Yeah.
don't think it was bad for the Kofi match. I mean, it was a submission. It was a pass-out. That's fine. It was a show.
The thing that I don't understand, and AJ brought this up, is when did they stop doing the sleep check?
Okay,
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
The arm,
Mm-hmm.
the arm. I think we get to the point. I think they tried to do it, unless it was a screw up, which I think the email earlier was leaning to the idea that it was a screw up.
Yeah,
but I think they've done times where, like, the triangle choke that Taker used to do, where if you were unresponsive, they call it, and it is technically under ref scrutiny to call it, kind of thing. Technically, I know.
But, speaking of calling it, did anyone else happen to notice that Booker T wanted the ref to stop every single match of the pay-per-view? Halfway through the match, when one guy was getting utterly destroyed, Booker T wanted the ref to just stop the match.
It did seem like he reached into his cliche bag more than once in the last couple days.
He did it on every match.
But that's how they always used to do it.
I know.
They just stop this. Hogan's getting black. Whatever. You gotta stop this match.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't think it was that brutal there, Book. I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
But I mean, those are some things about that particular match that I wasn't happy about. But don't get me wrong, Kofi and Dolph can put together a match no matter how many nights in a row.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of like what we were saying with Ray and Punk. You can keep doing it, guys. Please. I mean, that is a good matchup.
There are certain people wrestling together right now that are going to put together a good match no matter what. And as I told Sorg earlier, after the pay-per-view on Sunday and Raw on Monday, I'm strongly under this belief that Ray and CM Punk drive around country with each other on speakerphone just listing crap they haven't done yet. Because
or sitting there and watching Japanese tapes or indie tapes, looking for
they're
moves.
just taking notes of spots they can use.
I mean, you can tell, like, Melina was it Melina, I think, was one of those where we were like, oh, that's something I've seen on the indies. That's something I've seen on the indies. They're paying attention because, I mean, WWE is kind of its own bubble,
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are all traveling together. They're traveling so much. I can't imagine, unless they put some effort into it, they're being exposed to much else going on, I mean, they're not being exposed to, say, the Japanese wrestling, the indie wrestling, the new stuff, the new styles coming out, the new moves they might not have seen. And then every time, we saw a lot of new moves over the last couple of days, too.
Yeah.
I mean, Kofi just started stealing Delirious's finishing move with that splash on the back.
You know what?
So,
No. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to stop you there.
Okay.
There is no stealing of wrestling moves.
Exactly.
That's true.
But it's still like, oh, Delirious does that. I mean, that's still a thing.
Yes.
Although it was interesting, I did notice there was a video, I think it was posted recently, from Chikara, because he's part of the BDK with Sarah Del Rey, the not Kings of Wrestling, Claudio and all that. They did a look at that move from him from one of the events and did a double take. Said no one does it better, and I wonder if that was a pitch to that. So, but again, I don't know. I don't know when the timing of the release was.
But I mean, that match was great. Alex Riley and Miz.
Yes,
they took it to town.
Yes, they did,
and they had an amazing match.
There is no reason Alex Riley should be stalled at any time at this point.
No.
That is like, he might be the best guy out of NXT right now.
The only thing stopping him from staying in the spotlight is maybe his mic skills, and he's working on that.
He's not too bad with it. Is somebody saying something out there?
Yeah, it was Will.
Did you see the bruise on his under his bicep?
No, I didn't.
There's a giant bruise under his bicep. They said they thought he tore something or something like that. I don't know if he did or not because he was wrestling last night.
Yeah, yeah.
But there was a gigantic bruise.
The League was the first one out, although given that match. But it was a much better pay-per-view all around than I expected.
Yeah.
Like I had no expectations for this pay-per-view.
Yeah. And then you're like, wow, that was a good match.
It turned out to be an awesome pay-per-view. Awesome. It was a good pay-per-view. So
I mean, you're getting away from the argument that wasn't worth $50, whatever. You know, what we usually talk about that as a show, as enjoying a show, sitting there. We enjoyed the show. Yeah, you know. I mean, it was great.
Now, do I want it year after year?
Probably not.
No, I don't see this being a continuing show.
Yeah, from the way they pushed it and those dumbass advertisements and mid-show spots they did for it.
You know what, though?
It came out better than I expected.
2 notes on that. First of all, I really missed the days when we had the Bill Clinton lookalike because he actually fooled me, maybe because I was younger at the time.
That's really Bill Clinton.
Yeah. It sold me on that, you know, back in the day when I thought everything was real.
It's still real to me, damn
also
it.
think this was some pretty good timing because the campaign trail started.
Oh yeah,
you know, this is the hey guys, remember WWE? We hope we get another smaller Barack is cooking from you guys kind of thing. They're going to start their SmackDown the Vote campaign or whatever they're going to call it this time.
Stand up for WWE.
No, that wasn't political. Well, it was kind of a whole different kind of. It was a different kind of politics. But
backstage politics.
But you know, it was a nice different pay-per-view versus what else were we going to get this time of year? Over the Limit. What do they usually have about now? What did they have last year? I can't remember.
Breaking Point?
Was it Breaking Point?
I don't know.
Wasn't that the all submission one or something like that? I can't remember. There you go.
Yeah,
you know?
I think.
I mean, it's better than whatever that was.
But I mean,
you know what? I think Night of Champions was usually about this time. So.
It was a good pay-per-view. The non-title matches were awesome. The title matches were awesome. Zeke and Wade Barrett, despite my beliefs going into that match, they still put on a good match.
Dude, Big Zeke is a wonderful man to watch. Big fan of Big Zeke.
He's the best big man I think I've seen in a long time.
He's the most athletic.
Oh yeah, for his side, I can see him being the next. Not Brock Lesnar. We called him Black Lesnar. Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley. I mean, he's
not Ahmed Johnson 2.0.
Yeah, you know.
That's what I thought it was.
He kind of does have the look, doesn't he?
But
but he was great.
And the thing I noticed, and it's been pointed out many times, but R-Truth doesn't deserve to be main eventing.
That's why it's awesome.
You could see it in the match.
Okay.
Like the entire way Cena had to carry him.
Okay.
The only thing R-Truth has going for him is his amazing hip tosses, which I love.
And his flippy moves. He still used the flippy moves. I mean, he does an axe kick, and he does a flip after it. That's great, you know. I mean, that's fun. But he's a bad guy, so he shouldn't be doing that flashy shit.
But I mean, those are the two things. Those are the only two things that I found redeeming about R-Truth. Like, luckily Cena was able to carry him through that match, or that would have been a bad match. And the fact that they did the whole crowd interaction thing for the finishing of the match, or I mean, it could have just gone downhill.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it was great for what it was. I felt like we were doing so good. We got through that world title match.
Yeah.
We just stalled. You know, we threw that segment in there. That's usually when you get the Divas match. We got Keith Stone. It's like, what?
Hey, he's smooth.
He's smooth.
Come on, guys.
I thought they were going to show a promo.
Yeah.
For the promo package for the final match.
Yeah.
So I went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I was gone for a good 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Came back, and Keith Stone had just finished walking down the ramp.
There wasn't much to it.
Yeah.
For no reason.
And, for absolutely no reason. And, they brought Evan Bourne.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's why I was so surprised.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, gearing up to go to the bathroom so I can come back watch the main event.
Although at that point it looked like it was going to be a 40-minute match with R-Truth and Cena.
Yes.
So, I mean, I think we kind of got saved there
Yes.
a little bit.
I think
Like
that's
how
why
Chachi
they
was
did
gearing
it.
up to go to the bathroom.
I think I tweeted at one point, I was like, it feels like they put the beginning of the pay-per-view near the end.
Yes.
So, other than that...
because, I mean, they had Keystone, and then they had a throwaway match.
Yeah. Which was a good for a throwaway match. I mean...
But, I mean, and, Bobby, what I mean by gearing up is it takes me a while. I didn't have my knee brace on. So it takes me a while to get up because the wrong movement and my knee just goes to hell.
Sometimes
It's okay, no, Chachi. If you want to miss the R-Truth match, it's okay.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, that was my point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm like, I can miss the entrances and the first 5 minutes of the match if I have to.
Mhm.
I'm like, I've seen...
Although...
Because I didn't have high hopes from that match from the beginning.
No.
Because R-Truth is not a main eventer.
Although his promos have been great going up to this, the package they did for him was awesome.
Yeah, that build-up video
I
was
mean, that
perfect.
was pitch perfect for those guys.
For the guy in the chat room, the throwaway match was Evan Bourne versus Sheamus.
I know.
Swagger.
Oh, Jack Swagger.
Because remember we were tweeting
Yeah.
America to each other.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Not that it was a bad. I mean, it was it was an unadvertised.
Right, that's why I'm calling it-
pull-off match because they're never going to put a title match like that back to back.
Right.
Especially if they're going to do a full-on title match and not some kind of weird storyline thing.
But I mean, I'm only calling it a throwaway match because that's what it was.
Mhm.
I'm not calling it a throwaway match because it was a bad match.
Was Sheamus on the pay-per-view?
No.
That's a shame.
Two little limes.
What?
Do you follow the Michael Cole guy? Every time Sheamus comes out, he tweets out too many limes.
It's a shameful thing. Lobster head.
Lobster head.
Lobster bed.
It's a shameful thing. Lobster head. And it's crazy because after I heard somebody say that, that's all I hear when he comes out now. Those
Too
are
many
the lyrics to
limes,
that
too many
song. It's a
limes.
shameful thing. Lobster head.
that was my
now I'm going to think that's
show
it.
title.
I mean,
So-
that's just what I thought about the pay-per-view.
What do you guys think? Any more opinions out there?
I was at a wedding.
Nope. Nobody
Wow.
else watched it. Wow.
Yeah, no one else.
I
All
watched
right.
it. I mean, but it's the same thing as Chachi said, and what we were saying before. It was a good
that was
pay-per-view.
Sunday night. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It was a good pay-per-view that we had no expectations for.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, it was, beyond our expectations.
So you're saying the
favorite
goal
pay-per-views.
for us to enjoy wrestling again is just to lower our expectations.
That's pretty much
Kind of like
it.
the SNL commercial.
Correct.
Lowered expectations.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That was Mad TV.
Can we move on to Raw?
We can move on to Raw, apparently, because now I got lobster head in my...
Lobster head.
There was one thing about the pay-per-view. I really liked the part where Wolverine showed up. And he was all like, "Go fuck yourself." That was pretty cool. I was a big fan of that.
Is that your way of saying you didn't watch the pay-per-view?
Wait, I thought that was
in
Keystone.
retrospect, what I saw may not have been the pay-per-view. It could have been a movie. I'm not sure.
His feeling was
That was
ripped
great.
out.
Oh, well, there's a
man.
pay-per-view. They had Power to the People. Shall we get with the controversy first off before we
Yes.
get into it?
Yeah.
There was actually, this is the first thing on the front page here for WWE.com saying text voting inaccurate on Raw's Power to the People.
No
What?
fucking
What?
way.
Are you kidding me?
Wait.
What?
No fucking way.
The
Bullshit.
WWE dictatorship.
Never.
There's no power to the people.
No
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
way.
yeah.
You mean to tell me that Mason Ryan didn't get the popular vote to face Evan Bourne?
Man, aren't you pissed if you don't have an unlimited texting plan?
Yes.
Man, I voted for Mason Ryan. Damn it.
I think you were right, Sorg.
No,
Like
you
said last
didn't.
night, people thought it was Batista.
So
They just-
according to the article by WWE, the interactive event shows what they wanted to see. Unfortunately, uncontrollable difficulties created by the influx of heavy voting traffic resulted in not every one of your more than 7,000 recorded votes being properly counted.
Fuck you, man. You can't brag about how many people voted if none of the fucking votes counted.
There was too many people. We're too popular for it to work. We have a proper voting system, but we don't know how.
You know what? I'm going to the papers on this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Only
yeah.
if you have to.
So here we go.
Oh, no, I have to.
Votes for the poll, according to this later in the article, votes for the third poll's bout, Kane versus Mark Henry in the arm wrestling contest were counted correctly, in case you were wondering. However, problems began to occur again. Oh, wait, there's more to this. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out where the fluff ends and the real story begins, so I'm having a little bit of trouble, and I don't want to read the boring parts.
Fluff,
things went perfectly at first when text votes selected Kelly to take on Brie Bella. Yeah, that's an indication of perfect. However, our vote tabulating provider system became overwhelmed, causing these votes to definitively affect the following contest in which Mason Ryland, also option B, was voted into a match against Evan Bourne. Even though, as it was later discovered, Sin Cara had received 90% of the total votes in the live chat poll and should have been Bourne's opponent. So, there you go. I mean, there you go. Votes for the third bout in the arm wrestling contest were counted correctly. However, problems began to occur again during the next poll, determining a match stipulation between U.S. champion Dolph Ziggler and Kofi Kingston. At this point, so many text votes were received that the system overloaded, crashed, and had to be restarted.
Wow.
So they called the IT department. Is it plugged in?
Have you tried turning it off and on?
We tried turning it off and on. We're doing a show with little
Unplug it.
With little
Wait 10
information to work
seconds.
from. WWE management selected to follow the system's earliest projections, which determined 2 out of 3 falls match had been the people's choice. It was not until later that it was discovered that Vicky Guerrero, banned from ringside, was actually the top vote getter.
Oh, no.
Restarting the tabulation system allowed for things to run smoothly, with the voting for the triple threat match to determine #1 contender for the WWE magazine going off without a hitch. Regrettably, technical difficulties occurred once more leading up to the 6-man tag team event, when it became apparent to WWE management that text votes were again not being tabulated properly. At this time, the decision was made to turn the live chat poll for the official judgment, with the power still in the hands of the people.
Bullshit.
They selected elimination
Why
option
didn't they
C.
just use Twitter? Oh, that's right. It was free. That's why.
Yeah.
You didn't have
They
to pay to
did
vote.
not put this much effort into that fucking vote system.
Well, so, I knew something was up because, I was voting and you get that first response from it. It's like, oh, thanks for voting, da-da-da-da. And then I voted for like 2 or 3 more polls. Then I got hit with like 2 responses.
You know what they need to do?
What's that?
They need to stick to the roulette system.
The roulette system?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
next week?
wait.
That's next week. This is like raw gimmick-a-palooza.
Yeah.
Is it a sweeps week? I don't think there's a sweeps week in June, is there?
It's
Because
sweeps
this
year.
is 3 weeks in a row. We've
the
had
Sweeps
like
week doesn't matter for WWE.
No,
But it's only 2 weeks or 2 hours though.
So
I wish they would have switched them.
Man. But I guess they've never done this on a Raw before. They've done it on
Wipe your lips.
Wipe my lips.
Yes.
Why? Why?
Because you have some of WWE's cum left on them.
Oh no! Oh, semen.
Oh no!
Fuck.
That's what that story was.
Okay.
That story was WWE, but like, shut up and blow me.
But ever noticed, like, most of the choices that were chosen was B.
Yeah.
Through the whole thing.
Basically, so many people voted for Kelly that have bled over in the next 2 polls.
Yes.
So, yeah. Hey, it's one of those, like, you know when they're stacking a poll like that. Like, Sin Cara and those other guys, yeah, nobody expected Sin Cara not to be selected.
Right.
That was everybody's dream match. So, it became a little more unpredictable than even anybody wanted.
Look, if you want proof that they're stacking the polls, they claim that the audience selected a fucking arm wrestling contest.
Right.
Come on, no
No
one's ever been
one.
interested in that
No.
ever in the history
Ever.
of anything.
Or maybe, you know what? No.
More people
you know
wanted
what,
to watch a body slam
maybe,
match.
Maybe people just didn't want to see a match between these two. and knew it would just be a blow-off thing, and Mark Henry get mad, beat him up, and we'd be going on. Yeah?
He did.
Good point.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. He hit
him with the padded side of the arm pad thing.
he hit him with the arm wrestling table.
He did that thing that they do every time there's an arm wrestling contest where nobody actually wins and then they fight.
Yes.
Every time.
But we didn't get a brutal match.
And, you know what? I'm pissed for him, but they broke Jerry's phone.
Oh, that's shitty.
Because it was laying on the table.
I bet that's still under contract. Son of a bitch.
But we did get another random lady like the Miz girl, which was the like highlight of the night because I rewound it like 5 times to watch it over and over again.
I need to pull that picture back up. I'm sorry. I lost it.
Riz,
I don't know
Riz had it in his email.
Is it in his email?
Yeah.
I'll bring it back up.
Yeah.
It's option B.
Option B?
Yeah.
It's option.
Or 2. Whatever, however he named it.
All right, I'll work on that. Then.
B.
B.
B. Yeah. Anyways, so what else stuck out to you guys from Raw last night?
CM Punk.
CM Punk.
Can we talk about CM Punk and how amazing?
Sure.
How amazing his promos are. And while you guys do that, you can sit there and watch me do Snow Angels.
I'm already doing it.
Well, there's the face from last night.
He even used that Snow Angels line in his Summer of Punk.
He did.
Is this
thing in Ring of Honor? So
is she voting in the?
No, she was taking a picture of Mark Henry.
Oh yeah.
She received a wiener pic.
Oh my God! That's what all the fuss is about.
Give me dick.
Side note. My wife's cafe is considering having a hot dog special for the Wiener Resignation Day tomorrow. So I just want to put that out there.
Lordy.
Cafe supposed to stop that. Anyways.
That was not a cheap plug.
What? No, that was an expensive plug. I paid
$9.95 plugs.
Anyways. LB, you're very dark again.
You are.
Yes.
I can't. Look, I got no more lights, man.
And he's Chad Schaefer.
Out of lights. Out of lights.
Listen,
Chad Schaefer.
And he's black.
Next time I go out, I'm gonna buy a fucking big ass lamp that's gonna go behind my desk and light me. Like
and you need to buy a spotlight like we have in the studio.
Yes,
that's exactly it.
That's what needs
exactly
to
what I'll do.
Yes.
That's what needs.
Mad Mike brings up a good point.
What's that?
She was watching the Mayhem Gold app.
Oh
yeah.
Oh yeah. Wait, well, let's go back to that.
$1.99 for Dick. That's a great deal.
Look at my dick.
Anyways,
Dick for $1.99.
So I watched Impact this week. Like
No, you didn't.
I watched Impact.
No, you didn't.
I was cool with it.
No, you didn't.
I'm okay.
No, you weren't.
TNA's on the upswing. This is where I get overly positive and get really disappointed. You know where this is going, right?
It's a cycle.
I mean, we've done this
Hold
how
on.
many times?
How
many times?
This is where.
How many times?
This is where I need to stand up and smack you.
This is where we have a come to Jesus meeting.
Yes.
About TNA and how
Snap out of it.
How it's just going to be an abusive girlfriend and hurt me again, like it always does.
Yes. Yes. That's exactly
You
it.
call it a come to Jesus meeting. That's great. Oh man.
You know what? I'm not picking you up this time.
You're not picking me up
Nope.
this time?
Nope.
Even if I'm bruised and battered and crying in the rain?
No, I tried to help.
Just like White Snake said?
I tried to help you last time.
Who's gonna drive you home?
That's gonna get us kicked off YouTube.
No, it was less than 10 seconds.
Oh, it's a felony now, didn't you hear?
Rebecca Black took her own song off YouTube.
Yeah, that was bullshit.
Claiming-
No, wait, this is turning into Awesome Cast. Let's move on.
Claiming copyright infringement.
Sorg's gonna end up watching sad dog videos set to In the Arms of the Angels.
Oh no!
Oh, I tear every time and start pulling out my wallet. Stop.
On the upside, those commercials are effective. I'm soon going to be adopting one of those dogs. That shit works.
No,
my friend.
it does. Like Mike said,
I got 5 dogs. Stop playing the commercial. I get it. I'm helping.
No, seriously, I'm the same way. Like I see the commercial, I kind of reach for my wallet. Then I remember my bank balance, and I'm like, oh. I'm like, I'm sorry, Sarah.
Won't somebody think of the dogs?
So I'm just like, if I win Powerball, I'll adopt you all.
Adopt all the dogs.
Come to live with me. And we'll play fetch.
What the hell?
Put them in the lobster bed.
And the way this relates to TNA is, you just feel bad for them if you want to adopt them all.
You wanna buy a big farm and adopt them all, and just let them run
so
around.
They get all there.
Yes.
It'll be like a nice X Division pasture, and they can all do their flippy moves and crash their tables, and they'll all be happy. All be happy.
It's a good day to Abyss.
Does anyone have any thoughts on Triple Mania 19?
Well, I don't know about I don't know much
There's a
about
lot of
it.
triples.
Again, it's in Mexico. I don't know if it was on American pay-per-view or not. But I know that Jeff Jarrett.
Wow.
Hold on. Wait.
What's happening?
Hold on.
What's happening? Is something happening in the chat room?
Yes.
What the hell?
Just
It's
put
not-
me on camera.
You're on camera. It's not entirely on free. What the hell are you doing? Why did you put your shoe on your head?
What is going on?
In that case, I have the following request: put shoe on head, please, from Herf Durfington Esquire. God, yes, I love you. I love this man.
All right. We're putting shoes on heads here. There we go.
There you go. What the hell?
I don't know.
What are you?
Why
What
not?
is on your head? I can't see it. It's off camera.
Is it off camera?
Yeah.
There.
What is?
Oh no!
There, I got my Puma on my head. Does that make you feel better?
If you're listening, if you're just
Yeah.
listening to the audio version, you might want to switch.
Yes.
I don't know what
I
just
couldn't
happened.
help it. It was such
Clearly
an
No,
we
that was
take
great. That was great.
It's such an absurd request that I'm just like, wait. So, in order to prove that we're reading the chat room, he wants a shoe on a head.
Yeah. Clearly we
Yes,
take
we did.
requests.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Man is a lawyer.
See- Anyways, Triple Mania. For those that don't know, Impact, they wrote off Jeff Jarrett. He lost his street fight on last Thursday, and so he had to go to Mexico. He was contracted to go to Mexico, where he followed up and won the heavyweight championship in AAA.
Oh.
So,
Really?
so apparently he's doing well for himself in his new
Sure,
life.
why the fuck not?
So yeah, oh yeah, sure. Why?
And apparently someone stepped on me again because I had my shoe on my head.
Don't step on me.
Step on me again!
For more absurdity, you can get the WMS Gold app at
Wait.
iTunes and the Android market.
I got a tie-in for that.
What?
Can Jeff Jarrett name himself Sin Cara because WWE forgot
Get it?
to?
Tie-in? Shoes?
Oh.
Not with shoes, with Sin Cara.
Wow. Tie-in.
And adoption. Tie-in shoes.
Wow. Anyways, guys, there was a redeeming value I think I should share with all you guys from Impact this week.
Sting wasn't there?
Sting was there. That's when he attacked and painted. He pretty much went insane and painted Hulk Hogan's face.
Oh.
It was really weird, but interesting. But Scott Steiner had an interview because he has a match next week, and my favorite quote from it was, "I know you love sugar, but I ain't got none."
Wow.
I think the other part was, all I know how to do is kick ass, and I'm kicking your ass. It was fantastic. YouTube this.
All I
thing.
know how to do is kick ass, and
Yes.
in case you were wondering, just for
on,
reference,
I know you love
currently, at this
Wait,
moment,
who's he
kicking
wrestling?
ass.
I think he's wrestling Bubba or somebody. It's somebody that has a weight problem. So he's
Bully
like
Ray.
looking at. Was it Bully Ray? So he's like,
Bully
I know
Ray,
you got
Bubba Ray,
sugar.
whatever.
Looking at you, I know you love sugar, but I ain't got none. Yeah, So part of Impact, the three-way dance match. Yes, Austin Aries is back. Not as Austin Starr, although his clips from when he was previous there was as Austin Starr. But it was a great match between him, Rock and Rave Infection guy, Jimmy Rave, yes, who I don't think is employed anymore. So I guess it's supposed to be. This is supposed to be for a contract, isn't it? So I don't know. Did they show the episode with when our particular friend of the show was on?
That's
This Thursday. I recommend everybody.
That's this Thursday,
There's
yeah.
a certain friend of the show that will be on, and I hear does really good. So go check out that X Division triple threat
Man-Child,
match.
that's right. He's on.
Man-Child's gonna be a Destination X, baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Eating that candy.
Man-Child versus Abyss. That would be awesome.
Oh, that would be. That would
be redundant.
That'd be like Kane versus Kane, wouldn't it?
Like Kane versus Kane. Yeah, exactly.
Freaking Deacon.
Fake Kane.
What up?
Now we're putting random shit on our heads.
That's for you, Esquire.
What up?
I'm so sorry to the audio listeners.
It kind of looks like a sombrero.
It does. Or it looks like you're trying to be. You're like a poor man's Raiden from Mortal Kombat or something like
Me
that.
gusta Chachi's hat.
Me gusta. Me gusta los pantalones con fuego.
So, did you guys hear about the new wrestling fed that's going to be filming in the Impact Zone?
No.
Is that the urban thing?
Is that the midget
Urban
one?
thing. No. You're all wrong. It's called.
We all have false leads. Go
Yes,
on.
you do. Yes, you do. This is called All Wheels Wrestling. It's gonna
Hot
be
Wheels?
No. Well,
Hot Wheels
maybe.
Wrestling, all right.
I didn't know he had a fed. But it's gonna be on the Speed Network. It's a wrestling fed for the Speed Network.
That's great. That's going to make a lot of money.
So check this out.
I'm buying tickets to every pay-per-view now.
Who you get?
Bob Sparkplug Holly.
Finally, a way to get my mother into wrestling.
I mean, there's 4 teams. They'll feature 4 teams of wrestlers. The team names are Team 720, Team Octane, and Team Dino so far. The 4th team will be revealed on Monday. The talent listed for the promotion thus far are J.R. Lethal, Schwag Dutt, and Aaron Aguilera.
Those guys just sound like winners.
I heard those names
Or they
before.
sound like Jay Lethal.
So extreme.
Jay Lethal,
Sanjay Dutt.
Sanjay Dutt.
Or, I think Aaron Aguilera didn't change much.
Yeah, that's just his name.
That's just his name. We didn't really get creative with that one, did we?
Christina's brother.
Oops.
There's also word that
Just call
perhaps
you whatever we want you to call
friend
you.
of the show, Sean Davari, may be involved with it. It's an interesting concept. It's and it is an official spin-off of TNA, and like a unaffiliated spin-off of TNA, I guess. Hence, they're using the Impact Zone. So, Chachi is. Wait till you see what's going on with Chachi.
Oh, it's falling.
Okay.
Let me balance this out.
Are you? What are you?
There we go. Yes.
It's
like a real radio station now.
On.
Get the mic.
No. Yes, exactly.
Got the mic upside down.
Maybe a morning zoo.
Yes.
You know.
What up?
I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah.
I really don't know what to do with that.
Yeah, that happens a lot to me.
I don't have a shoe, so I have a sock on my head.
You guys have anything else wrestling news?
That's what
you
she
do have
said.
a sock on your head.
Yes, I do.
Wow.
Okay, this has reached that point of no return.
All right, I think we got the news. Unless there's anything else, guys, that's caught your interest. So
Balls.
let's just go with it. Chachi, obviously, you're the man to ask. What did you learn from wrestling this week?
That R-Truth couldn't carry a match to save his life. He has to rely on his speaking ability, which, while great, is not enough to keep him wrestling.
I didn't think it was that bad.
No.
But DJ Lunchbox, what did you learn from wrestling this week?
What's up?
What did I learn from wrestling this week? To be honest, I learned nothing from wrestling this week. What I learned is I have the best job in the world because they're going to pay me to dress up as Batman.
Cyber Batman.
No, that's not true. I learned. I'm reminded once again that Randy Orton's beard is both majestic and. I mean, nobody grows a beard like Randy Orton.
Wait,
and
stop.
I'll take that to the papers if I have to.
Stop. You said you learned that Randy Orton's beard is both majestic and... What's the other part?
Nobody grows a beard like Randy Orton.
Okay.
And I'll take it to the papers if I have to.
All right.
Although he seems far too happy.
Yeah,
to be
that's
champion.
a problem.
He's
That is
like,
a problem.
wait, he's like, I am so happy to be here right now. I'm a pleasant Randy Orton.
That's
but
because he's on top.
Yeah, I got it.
When he's on top, he's happy. When he's climbing back up to the top, he's pissed off because he's not on top.
Real quick.
Oh, something else that I learned. WWE got their voting techniques from Florida in 2000 and whatever. I'm surprised that it wasn't an arm wrestling competition between Big Show and George W. Bush.
Yeah, yeah. From the chat room, because I want to make sure nobody steals them from him. Mad Mike learned that CM Punk can do Snow Angels in the summer. Trojan learned that ODB's cans are the biggest in the business. And Eric Young, he says Eric Young has a better beard than Orton right now. He does have a pretty fantastic beard. You have to go check that out.
That's hard to argue with.
It is hard to argue with. Also learned that Eric Young defeated Kevin Arnold's brother and should hire Winnie Cooper as a new valet. That's who the fuck that was. That was Kevin Arnold he beat for keeping the U.S. title.
What would you do?
TV title.
TV title. What'd I say?
U.S.
Whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's
Same
TNA.
thing. Riz, since you know it all and you have a damn sock on your head, what'd you learn from wrestling this week?
I learned that no one likes Mason Ryan.
But they voted for him.
No, they do, because they chanted Batista.
Yeah, but have you seen Batista lately?
Yes, I have.
I was going to
Actually,
say that.
We have seen a picture of it. Let me see if I can bring it up. But
He's a thin man.
It looks like Mason Ryan ate his muscles.
Yeah. He's a thin little man.
He took the Captain America syringe.
Hold on, Riz is getting stepped on with socks.
Yeah, step on me again. But it looked like Mason Ryan, as Jimmy D would put it, sucked Batista's muscles. That is all.
Okay.
That is all. Here's your picture. Loading right now. So there's the picture. There's Riz. There's Riz. Batista, WWE. Before in the WWE run in June 2011. Where the hell did he go? That's incredible. When you don't have to work to be on TV.
Lean.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Bobby, what'd you learn from wrestling this week?
I learned that I want Happy Randy Orton to go wee when he hits the RKO.
That'd be great if he's losing his mind.
And I also learned that Jerry Lawler needs to lay off the fat jokes on Vicky because she's not fat anymore. She actually looks really good. And if she was fat, so what? I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know, I'm fat. I make fun of myself, but...
Here's one. Oh, I'm sorry. Here's one we didn't. The fat stuff is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
It can't go both ways with that. I mean, we saw with Karma a few weeks ago and everything. Come on. That's one of those things of insensitivity that goes along with our
cyberbullying.
Yeah, with our the gay thing. Before it's just wrestling as an industry is not mature enough to.
Damn it, Bobby! Take it to the papers.
Take it to the papers.
I'm gonna take it to the papers. That's cyberbullying.
Get that.
Stand up to bullying.
Right. Stand up to it. Get something in the papers other than that damn flood. Okay.
Wow.
We don't have a paper anymore.
There's an iPay-per-view on Sunday with Ring of Honor. I just learned that.
Bullshit.
Big Freaky says he learned that 626 will be the greatest day for wrestling ever.
That's a lie.
So I'm curious. If I don't go to Cleveland, I might get this. I'm hoping. So, Eric Young, no, that's the other thing. Mike, Jesus does Batista have cancer, and also you learned that RVD has no point in TNA anymore.
He also learned Louis Anderson.
Hey, Sorg. What'd you learn from wrestling?
I learned that not only do TNA wrestlers have to work at the Sunglass Hut and stuff like that, but by their own admission on their Facebook page, they also have to work at Hooters.
Yes.
Oh, they also...
Yes.
Have to sell their van.
What?
Down by the river.
Yeah, exactly. Tara is selling her van on eBay.
No. Oh.
What's on her head?
What the hell, Riz?
Is that a Hulk Hogan wrestling buddy?
It's my Hulk Hogan wrestle buddy.
That is amazing.
No, it's a wrestling buddy.
That is amazing.
My buddy.
And now it's a hat. But no, Miss Tess Mocker, also known as Brooke Adams of the Hooters of Kirby. There's a 100 girls, you pick the winner kind of thing. So the Impact Facebook I saw today had her listed to say, hey, Impact fans, go vote for her. So there you go. Go vote for her so she can win $10,000 because she's not getting paid, obviously, at TNA.
Wow.
Yeah. So
can we adopt her?
I mean, it's so being hearing guys we know can we adopt her?
Yes, that's what he said.
This is a new project.
In the arms of the angel.
Wait, we'll put it up. There you go.
Fly away.
That's enough. Copyright.
For just a small donation, even you can help these wrestlers. Please call 1-866-HELP-TNA. Help save a wrestler in need. Even you. Please send us your money today and help feed one of these poor wrestlers.
That was amazing. If you have any questions about that, you want to send your adoption money, just hit us up at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. You can tweet us about who you want to adopt from TNA today at Mayhem Show on Twitter, of course, or you can drop an email. We do accept PayPal at goodtimes at WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
I said poor.
412-206-WMS09670 for Bobby, for Riz, for LB, for Chachi, and those
just send us your money.
poor TNA wrestlers out there working at their sunglasses hut.
Please, we need money.
They need
Send us
their help. They need you. We'll see you guys next week. Mayhem out.
Just wait.